All right, let's talk about AI. It's a fast-moving world, right? And building or using AI can feel, well, a little foggy sometimes. It's kind of like you're trying to drive through a new city at night with no map. Pretty stressful. But what if you had a clear, reliable guide?
Does this feel at all familiar? You're super excited about what AI can do, but you're also, a little worried about the risks. Things like bias, privacy breaches, or just AI doing something completely unpredictable. There's so much uncertainty, it's really easy to feel lost.
Okay, so let's get right to it. The solution we're exploring today is a new international standard, ISO 42001. Now, I want you to think of it as a GPS for your AI journey. It's a really powerful guide for your entire organization to build responsible, trustworthy AI, and it gives you the confidence to just move forward. So, first up, we have to plan our trip. Just like any good road trip, a successful AI journey starts with a solid plan. You gotta set the course for success before you even turn the key. So, what does that plan actually look like? Well, it boils down to three really key things: setting your destination by defining a clear policy, assigning a driver by establishing who's responsible for what, and mapping out your route by assessing the risks. Let's break down what each of those really means. First, you've got to set your destination. This just means defining what responsible AI means for your company in plain English. So, a healthcare startup, for instance, might have a policy just like this. See? It's not some 50-page legal document. The best policies are simple, they're powerful, and they're clear enough to fit on a coffee mug. Next up, you assign a driver. And listen, this is not a job just for your tech people. No way. To do this right, you need a team with different perspectives. Think about a bank using AI for credit scores. They'd have compliance officers looking over any changes. In the same way, you need people from legal, HR, ethics, even marketing to see the whole picture. And finally, you map the risks by creating an AI risk inventory. Now, this sounds super technical, but it's really not. You just list your AI systems and think about the potential harm. So a delivery app's routing AI might be medium risk. A wrong turn is annoying for sure, but it's not a catastrophe. But a chatbot handling private data, oh yeah, that's a high-risk system that needs way, way closer attention. All right, so our plan is in place. It's time to start driving, but we aren't just going to floor it. This next part is all about using the right operational controls. Think of them as guardrails to keep your AI safely on the road. Okay, first things first, you gotta fuel the journey. And in the AI world, that fuel is knowledge. This means AI literacy training for literally everyone, from the boardroom all the way down to the intern desk. It also means making sure your documentation is actually readable and easy to find, not buried in some 200-page PDF that nobody ever opens. So what does that kind of training look like in the real world? Well, it's not about making every single person a data scientist. It's about practical, everyday skills. For instance, a customer service agent absolutely needs to know when not to trust the chatbot and when a human needs to step in. That right there is effective AI literacy. Now, to drive safely, you also have to manage the entire AI lifecycle. This is not a set it and forget it kind of technology. You need a process for every single stage, from the initial design to the testing phase, like how an e-commerce site might test a new recommender system with a small group first, all the way through to when you eventually retire it. And here is one of the most important guardrails of all: human oversight. For any high-stakes decision, I'm talking medical diagnoses, loan applications, hiring decisions, you absolutely must have a human in the loop. The AI can help, it can suggest, but a person has to make that final call. That's completely non-negotiable. So we're on the road, things are going pretty smoothly. But, just like any good driver, you can't just stare straight ahead. You have to constantly be checking your mirrors, glancing at your dashboard, and be ready to adjust your course if you need to. You know the saying, you can't manage what you don't measure? Well, it's true. You need key performance indicators, or KPIs. You should be tracking things like accuracy and, of course, bias scores. An organization could, for example, track its progress on bias detection every single quarter, always aiming for that steady improvement. This is how you actually know if your guardrails are working.
Look, things are going to go wrong. It's inevitable. The goal isn't perfection, it's about continuous improvement. So when a travel booking AI glitches and overcharges a bunch of customers, the wrong thing to do is quietly fix the bug and hope no one noticed. The right response is to document it, fix the logic, and then add new safeguards, like anomaly detection, so you can actually learn from the mistake and make the whole system stronger for it.
Okay, so after all this planning and driving and monitoring, we are finally approaching our destination. And the ultimate goal here, it isn't just to use AI. It's to use it in a way that builds this unshakable confidence and trust, both inside your company and with the outside world. So how do you prove you've done all this work? How do you show everyone, your customers, your partners, that you're steering your AI program with real responsibility? Well, you show them your license. And in this case, that license is getting certified for ISO/IAC 42001. And getting certified, it's so much more than just a badge you can put on your website. It is a powerful, powerful trust signal. It tells your customers that you respect their data. It tells regulators that you're being proactive. And it tells your investors you are serious about managing the risks of this incredible technology. And I want to leave you with this one last really critical thought. This standard, it's not a one-time project. It's not some annoying compliance checkbox you just tick off and forget about. No. When you do this right, it becomes a living, breathing system. It gets woven into your company culture. It stops being that extra paperwork, and it just becomes how we do AI here. That's the real goal.